What up there, boxing fans? This is Ronell Higg Boxing Reports. Okay, so, man, what a fight last night between Vasily Lomachenko and Jason Sosa. Man, it was action-packed. Jason Sosa, man, you have a whole lot of heart, man. I give you the props on that. But, you know, man, it was just that, you know, he tried his best, you know, Jason Sosa against Lomachenko. But as we know, hey, Lomachenko, he's just the best. I love his offense and all. However, I just want to say something about how the commentators, I mean, not just HBO, but other commentators as well. Like, I remember I was watching a Lomachenko fight on YouTube, and it was on HBO. However, the person who uploaded the video must have streamed the fight, because it wasn't HBO commentators that was on, you know, that stream that was there commentating, and they were saying the same thing that HBO commentators were saying, that how Lomachenko, they never seen anything like this guy. You know, his footwork, they was just, you know, so applauded and so amazed. And now HBO, Max Kellerman, Jim Lampley, Bernard Hopkins, all three were saying the same. So I'm thinking to myself, you know, HBO and these other streams, you know, like, they don't know about the Pittsburgh kid, or they're just not allowed to mention his name. I really don't know. Maybe the commentator's not allowed, because if you notice how Max Kellerman went up there in the ring, Max Kellerman was trying to get a name from Lomachenko. He wanted to see if he knew about this guy, all right? Because Max Kellerman knows that Lomachenko's style is very, very similar to the Pittsburgh kids, okay? And saying that, this fighter I'm talking about is Paul Spadafora, okay? If anyone remembers him from back in the day, in his early career, okay, before he went to prison and all, you know, you going back like 1996, 1997, you know, somewhere up there, where he would use that footwork style. You know, he'll move in, throw one jab, then a combination, then he'll pull a 180 spin around his opponent, all right? And Paul Spadafora was a southpaw as well, okay? He didn't have like the knockout power that Lomachenko has. You know, I would say it was like 50-50. I remember his one fight, he was like 26-13. Yeah, so he had a 50% knockout ratio. However, well, the only thing that separates Lomachenko from Paul Spadafora is like the offense. And that's about it. I mean, Lomachenko will throw about 2 or 3 jabs while moving in, then do a 180, all right? And, you know, be out the way. Paul Spadafora, like I said, he'll throw one and then combinations, then a 180. However, they both never had their backs up against the rope. All right. Paul Spadafora, he'll go up, you know, look like he's going to the ropes. But like I said, he'll do that 180 and he'll be, you know, out of the way. Just like Lomachenko, and like he did in the fight with Jason Sosa last night. You know, he was never up against the ropes. Paul Spadafora, in his earlier days, Paul Spadafora kept that fight in the middle of the ring. Now, I can't find like any early footage of Paul Spadafora of his, you know, back when he was just starting out. Because when he was just starting out, that style that he was using, my goodness, it was dangerous, okay? It was incredible, you know. I never seen anything like that. Now, like, some footage you can find, all right? You can find footage with him and Cardona and Angel Manfredi. At that time, he already had different trainers then. So he was still kind of elusive, and like, he'll move back and all. He was fast and all, but, you know, he wasn't doing that 180 spin. And if he wasn't doing it a lot. And, you know, I just don't know why they don't mention him. I mean, they mentioned every other fighter last night under the sun who had elusive footwork. Pernell Whitaker, Floyd Mayweather, they even went way back to Willie Pett. I'm like, damn, why don't they mention Paul Spadafora? Okay, that's the exact same footwork style, all right? And I'm just thinking to myself, I was thinking to myself last night, maybe it's because they're embarrassed because how Paul Spadafora ended up. But you got to separate the man from the boxing sometimes, you know. I mean, yeah, his life after boxing wasn't so great, you know, but he was undefeated for a while. I mean, he's, what, 49-1? And I think he had just suffered his first loss back here some years ago, probably in 2010 or so. But yeah, Paul Spadafora been out since Shane Mosley and Floyd Money Mayweather. You know, when he was fighting at 135. All right, Paul Spadafora was a lightweight. He was fighting at 135 the exact same time Shane Mosley was fighting at 135. However, Paul did want it to fight Shane Mosley, but his handlers didn't want it. You know, they said, man, look, you're making just as much money without fighting guys like Shane Mosley. You know, they were telling, he's making just as good money fighting C-level and D-level opponents, which was true. He was getting paid very well without fighting big names like Shane Mosley or Mayweather, you know. Although him and Mayweather did spar, you could find that on YouTube. And from what I'm hearing, man, he really did outwork Mayweather, had him laying on the canvas and all at the end of the sparring session. So, like I said, yeah, maybe they're embarrassed, or, it's some type of court order they have that they cannot speak of Paul Spadafora at all. Paul Spadafora, I don't know if he did drugs, but I know he consumed alcohol a lot. He became an alcoholic. And right in the middle of his heyday, he ended up shooting his girlfriend after she had crashed his brand new Hummer. He went to prison for that. And after he got out, like I said, he already had like different trainers and all. That's when he had that fight with Angel Man Freddy. Now that fight you can find on YouTube and all. He's, kind of elusive in that fight, but he's not doing the 180 spin and all like he was early in his career. But I gives it to Lomachenko for taking that style and doing it well. I really don't know how long he can use it, because like I said, Paul Spadafora, he didn't use it very long. He just used it early in his career. So anyway, that's my takes on this. My name is Ronell Higg. This is Ronell Higg Boxing Reports. I'm out. Make sure you subscribe.